What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the instant match reaction here on the Cup Chasers. The Arsenal have destroyed Leeds at Elland Road 4-0 in an absolutely massive performance. A much-needed win, a much-needed performance that we indeed got. No, it was not what we expected. It was not how I expected things to go, but it 100% is what we needed, and it's a magnificent result for the Arsenal as we go back 7 points clear. So let's get the lights up right out the rip for the big victory. Subscribe if you're new, of course. Thanks for being here. Hype it up if you got any of those left, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Who's your man of the match? Who do you think had the most to contribute? How did Mikel Arteta do, etc.? We are going to jump right into this one. The first thing, when Bukayo Saka goes down, I got really nervous. I was thinking, oh no, Leeds are going to put in a defensive performance and stink it out, and it's going to, we're not going to be able to create anything. Madueke is not going to have any service at the end of his, I was panicking, so I was like, oh crap. And then of course, when Martin Ødegaard doesn't start, it's big gamble from Arteta. Maybe he has crumbled to the pressure from X and the fans and all the pundits and whatnot in the week saying he needs to be dropped, etc. And a lot of people are probably going to say, hey, he dropped him and look what happened. But I have a different opinion of how that went today. If you look at our approach in the first half, we didn't have as much of the ball. Like, the possession stats are 50-50. It's 49% possession to Leeds, 51% possession to the Arsenal. And it was very interesting how the press was designed. I thought that was where we would be lacking when Ødegaard is out and Havertz is in. I thought the press is where we would be lacking. But the press today is what won us this game. Is what got us ahead in that first half, I should say. It's what continued to our success in that second half. And then Martin Ødegaard comes in and shows you why he shouldn't be dropped. There it is. He comes in and shows you why he shouldn't be dropped. Because before he was in the game, yes, our defensive display was fantastic. Yes, our work against the ball was fantastic. I can't tell you how many times we made the goalkeeper knock it long, which is the bread and butter of our press. And we won a ton of second balls. I'm thinking we won 80-20 on the second balls today. We were fantastic in that first half in that vein. And I think it had a lot to do with how the press was designed without Martin Ødegaard. It was very, very different today than what you see when Martin Ødegaard is the one in there pressing. And the trigger of the press, the point of attack, the one that is deciding when we go, when we stay. It was very, very different today because Kai Havertz, who, if it was a like for like in the press, would have been the one doing the same role, but he wasn't. Madueke was more covering that kind of ground on the right-hand side, and Kai Havertz was cheating to the left-hand side of the press and making sure that they didn't get to the opposite side of our press very easily. And I was very surprised by how that worked out, and it worked out fantastically. It worked out very, very well. Against the ball, I think Viktor Gyökeres absolutely understands his role in the press very, very well. Every time you see him press the goalkeeper, he gets in between the pass to Struijk on the right-hand side of their back line. And that is the position that Kai was taking up a lot more than Ødegaard ever does in the press. It was very, very interesting. Of course, the center backs followed runners into the midfield, and it made Leeds, a team who are more than willing to hit it long in search of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who we kept very quiet today. They're more than willing to do that. And we may do that all day long, over and over and over and over and over again. But we were not amazing in possession in that first half. We were hitting it long a lot. We were looking for Viktor Gyökeres as a target man, knockdown man, a whole bunch. And before we scored, I thought there was a nervousness that shouldn't have been there. We were hoofing clearances. We weren't necessarily putting the ball down and playing it around. We didn't do that much with Kai Havertz in the team. And as soon as the second half started, it was more of the same. We were kind of booting it forward. We didn't put the ball down and play a whole bunch. We didn't pass it through the lines a whole bunch with Kai. It was a whole lot more knock it down and win it and then combine. And we won a ton of corner kicks. We won a ton of set pieces because it was a lot of grappling and battling for the first ball and then winning the second one high up the field. And yes, when we did that, we played fast, we played quick, and that was very good to see. But this was not Arsenal had 75% of the ball and we passed it through their lines and we passed them to death and we had total control of the game. That wasn't even how we approached it. And I think you got to give credit to Mikel Arteta, who knew that that's not what Kai Havertz would do for us. And so, yes, he did start Kai in front of Ødegaard today, but our passing suffered. Our, overall verve and drive in the possession when we had the ball and tried to play through the lines was not amazing. And I literally said in the middle of the game, like as soon as Ødegaard came into the game, he's proven everyone wrong. He's done exactly the opposite of what everybody says in the week. Oh, he's slow. He passes it backwards. He immediately comes in, hits a vertical ball into Martinelli. In fact, he comes back to be the man. He's got the armband. He comes back to be the man to pick the ball up, spins it, ball in the channel for Martinelli, bang, goal. And it was the same for the rest of the game. He came in, controlled it. There was no jeopardy at all. There was no nervousness at all. He come in, he got on the ball. He wasn't shy, didn't shy away from it. And we're playing vertical passes forward. Passes around the defender to the opposite side. That's what we've asked for. That is what we need. And I think that Arteta's got this one 100 million% spot on. 150% spot on. He's done so well to identify the tactics that Leeds employ. And I think it was a good thing that Ødegaard got dropped. He come in and he looked like he's like, you know what, F that. And that's exactly what you want to see when the man gets dropped. You want to see him come in and be like, nah, man, no. That ain't how it's going to go. That is not how it's going to go. And so he's coming and his cameo, his 30 minutes or whatever was fantastic. He was fantastic. That's the Ødegaard we want to see. That is the Ødegaard we want to see. And it's very, very, very interesting to me. I don't think Arteta is going to be upset with the fact that Kai wasn't, the ball progressor, the controlled possessor, the one that keeps us ticking along and keeps the energy and intensity down so that it's not a basketball match. I don't think Arteta expected Kai to do that, especially with the way he set up the press. And so Arteta is going to be very, very, very happy with how we played today, with how we executed the tactics today, with how we beat what's in front of it. And you got what's in front of us. And you got to give him the credit. You got to absolutely give him the credit. I think he's managed the players well, the rotation well. So you got to give him the credit for this one. But it definitely highlights why Ødegaard is the 10. Why Ødegaard is the creative player. It highlighted that 150% today. And, maybe this was a little bit of an uncharacteristic performance away to a newly promoted side, 15th, 16th place, where we just did what needed to be done. We kept them in front of us. And it's 100% like total. This is a Mikel Arteta performance, like a 100% Arteta performance. He studied what's in front of us, the team that we have to play today. He has designed the press to make them lean into their tendencies, make them do exactly what we know they're going to do. He's designed the press to force them to hit it long, and they hit it long about 50 times today. And we won all the second balls. And that's why against the ball, we looked fantastic. We looked amazing when Kai was in there against the ball. So I'm not saying that he's had a bad performance or that we were poor with him in there. We were different with him. It was different with him in there. It was more of a we'll let you have the ball approach. And it came off beautifully. Owen goal, stepping up with a 6th or 7th goal. 7 maybe, I'm not sure. Goal today. You love to see it. The Nani Madueke. Well done for Madueke, because Saka goes down, like I said, in the warm-up, and you're worried. But goal and an assist. Well, he's not going to get the goal because it's Owen goal to steal it from him. But he puts in, I was talking mad, about his service from the corner kick, saying, oh, he's not Saka. He's not able to do that. But his service was fantastic from the corner kick, and it's caused the own goal. He was very good as far as taking on his man, driving us forward. He got the cross in for the Zubamendi goal. Zubamendi does very, very well to get in front of his man for the flick-on header to get the goal. And Viktor Gyökeres. Shout out Viktor Gyökeres. Just ticking along. All the haters talking mad. You know what? That's 11 goals now for my man. Definitely 7. What's that? 7 in the league? Probably the league, the leading goal scorer in the league for us. And doing exactly what you need. Viktor Gyökeres starts and we win again. Go look at our record when Gyökeres starts. And that right there, my friend, was a fantastic forwards goal. The goal you want to see from your striker. The ball's coming in. Fantastic cross from Martinelli. And homie gets in front of his man, runs across his man, and gets whatever you need to get on it, and it's in the back of the net. Is Gyökeres the cleanest of clinical strikers? No, he should have taken the breakaway. Maybe he should have taken the breakaway a touch sooner. Gruev or Strauch or whoever it was got back to block the shot. He's got to get that away quicker. Absolutely has to get that away quicker. But he was immense in the press. He did his job very well in the press today. Yeah, a couple of loose touches, but he also had some good hold-up play, Viktor Gyökeres, and he got his goal, and we won the game. You can't ask for anything else. You can't ask for anything more from your striker today. Fantastic. 8 out of 10 performance. You can't ask for anything more from Kai Havertz. Did what he was asked to do, executed the game plan, executed the tactics. Fantastic. But it 100% highlights that in matches where we are going to have all of the ball and we're going to dominate the ball, I think Arteta's done so well to identify the fact that we that might not be today. We might not dominate the ball 65, 70%. And so we don't need Ødegaard to do that today. But in games where we are going to have all of the ball, I don't think we need to see the Kai in the 10. I think it was executed and used perfectly today. But I think it also showed very, very glaringly showed that you don't use that all the time. You're not going to do that all the time. That was a rarity because of the way we approach this game. Maybe we'll see it again because we'll take this approach again at some point as far as letting them have some of the ball, pressing them high. It was similar to what we did versus Inter. Similar. And I'm very interested to see what we'll do versus Chelsea. Because when we high pressed them, we scored goals. We'll definitely be getting into that at some point. I'll be doing a preview for that, of course. But yeah, all in all, fantastic. Gabby Jesus comes on. It's a great ball into him from Martin Ødegaard, who will get the assist. There you go. Gabriel Jesus holds it up well. Spin, jinky, finish in the bottom corner. You love to see it. Both our number 9s starting to score goals with a bit more regularity. You love to see it. You absolutely, unequivocally love to see it. And as far as the mentality goes, the urgency was there. The awareness that this is a big game, massive test that we absolutely have to pass. And they've done very, very well in that regard. I think Big Willie and Big Gabrielle were very, very good. I thought that Jurriën Timber played well, getting up and down the right-hand side. A little bit surprised he didn't get subbed off because he got that yellow. Calafiore came on and did his thing. I thought that Hincapié at left back was decent for sure. Declan Rice, another stalwart performance in there. Absolutely was another stalwart performance in there for Declan Rice. Martin Zubimendi as well. I knew we were going to need big performances from them. They both were winning second balls all day long, challenging, battling in there in that midfield for the second balls all day long, and it was fantastic to see. 100% what we needed, what the game plan called for today. They had to be big. They were very, very big in that midfield. So very good from both of them. But yeah, now we get to put our feet up, people. Now we get to hate-alongs for the rest of the weekend, hoping that we see some slip-ups from a certain Blue Shark in Manchester, of course. But yeah, fantastic performance, fantastic from Arteta. Man of the match for me today. Interesting because Ødegaard played really well. Havertz did his thing. Gyökeres played really well. And because Ødegaard wasn't in it the whole time, I might have to give it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi, I think they can share it today. We'll give it to Zubimendi. They both had a very good effect in the middle. Zubi got his goal. So we'll give it to Martin Zubimendi, man of the match for me in that midfield. They were very, very good on that. And yeah, it was exactly what the doctor ordered. 100% what we needed today. Fantastic win for the boys. 7 points clear at the top. And yeah, biggest takeaway from the game is our versatility, our utility, the way we are able to hyper focus on one game, one specific tactic, execute it to fruition. And there you go, people. Set piece again. Ole, ole, whatever. Doesn't matter. 4-0 to the Arsenal. And it's going to be a good day. Good rest of the day, people. Absolutely. So let's smash up the likes for a massive Arsenal win. Let's go ahead and hype it up if you got any of those left. Of course, thanks for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let me know what you're thinking in the comments section down below. And yeah, we'll go watch the Chelsea game. Again, thanks for being here, people. And you will see me next time.